Have you ever noticed how your phone, your laptop, or even your fridge seems to just give up right around the same time you start eyeing the newer model? Like it's alive? Like it knows? What if I told you it's not bad luck? It's not your clumsiness, it's by design. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going beyond surface level, straight into the mysteries and kind of infuriating world of why your devices are literally built to break. And by the end, you might start looking at your shiny little gadgets a whole lot differently. Let's be real, you've been here, we all have. You save up, buy the newest iPhone or Samsung or whatever brand has convinced you they're the future. It feels sleek, fast, the camera has more lens than a Hollywood film crew. But fast forward 2 years, suddenly apps glitch, storage mysteriously runs out, your battery dies if you even look at it for too long. So you head to the store, and what do they say? Repair it? Oh, that'll cost you about the same as a new one. You should just upgrade. And here's the thing, you listen, I listen, we all listen, because we've been conditioned to believe new is better, even when new is basically the same. Can you honestly tell me the major beneficial differences between the iPhone 13 and 14? Exactly. So why do we keep upgrading? Why do we normalize dropping $1,000 every couple of years while pretending it's just how life is now? Here's the big reveal. What you're experiencing has a name. Planned obsolescence. That's when companies deliberately design products with built-in expiration dates. They don't tell you, of course. They just quietly code it into the battery, the parts, the software updates, and more. And it's not new. The first big case was almost 100 years ago. In 1924, the world's biggest light bulb companies formed the Phoebus cartel. Their mission, not to make the brightest light bulb or the safest bulb, but to make bulbs that burned out faster. They agreed to cap the lifespan at about 1,000 hours, when we already had bulbs that could last 2,500 hours or more. Why? So people would have to keep buying them, and sales exploded. Now compare that to your grandma's washing machine that lasted 20 years, or your uncle's old fridge that's still humming along in his garage. Back then, companies bragged about durability, built to last. But today, it's the opposite. It's built to expire. And doesn't that make you wonder, if we had the technology to make appliances last decades back then, what are companies really capable of today? And what sort of products do they create for exclusives that do indeed last forever? Low-key, if styrofoam takes 500 years to decompose, there is no way there isn't a lifelong battery out there. Let's take a look at modern times where it gets really intentional. First up, there's smartphones and headphones. They have sealed batteries you can't replace, forcing you to toss the whole device instead of swapping apart. Apple has been caught slowing down older iPhones with software updates. Yes, literally making them worse so you'd have to buy the new one. They were fined millions in countries like France and Italy for it. Printers were built with chips that stopped them from printing after a certain number of pages, even when they still worked perfectly fine. Game consoles? Remember the Xbox Red Ring of Death? Millions of consoles failed because of design flaws. Microsoft eventually had to pay $1 billion in repairs and replacements. But by then, millions of frustrated gamers had already bought the new system. It gets even more wilder. See, many appliances now include fewer features than their older counterparts. Think about TVs or stereo systems. Your parents' old one might have had endless ports, buttons, and knobs, while the new smart version locks you into subscriptions, ads, or missing inputs, unless you pay extra. Another add-on, another bill to manage. So here's the big question. Why are we paying more and getting less? Why are products in 2025 breaking faster than the ones made in 1985? The truth is, it's not just about gadgets or giving consumers the best of the best. Planned obsolescence is the lifeline of our economy. If your phone lasted 15 years, if your fridge never broke, if your laptop ran smooth for decades, tech companies would collapse. Their entire business model relies on you being stuck in a loop. Buy, break, buy again. And when you zoom out, doesn't it sound familiar? Fast fashion, when clothes fall apart after a few washes, just so you'll buy the next trend. Subscription services, raising prices, taking away features, then selling them back to you. Even food packaging. Why is every snack bag half air? We live in a system that survives by feeding us less, while charging us more. And the scarier question is, where does it end? What happens when the newest model isn't just your phone, but something bigger? Like your car, your house. Why don't we just throw in the health system too? Honestly, how is this allowed? We've accepted this nonsense as normal. We laugh about $1,000 phones that age faster than bananas left on the counter. We shrug when our laptop dies after 3 years, like that's just how things are. But this isn't normal. It's conditioning, it's marketing psychology, it's corporations teaching us to crave the new, to toss the old, even when the new is basically the same, just shinier. So let me ask you this. How much longer until the latest phone costs more than your monthly expenses? Because I know it's already starting to cost as much as rent. How long before an upgrade is priced for an arm and leg? Literally, and we still continue to line up for it. If our devices are built to break, what else in our lives is being engineered the same way? Our jobs? Our attention spans? Our trust in the systems around us? They call this progress, but real progress should mean things get stronger, not weaker, smarter, not fragile. The fact that we're pouring billions into devices that can't outlast a carton of milk, that's not progress, that's prioritizing profit. And the more we accept it, the more they'll keep doing it. So here's the mystery we should all be chewing on. What if this isn't just about the phones or our fridges? What if it's about life itself, being turned into one giant subscription plan, expiring, replaceable, predictable, and most importantly, forever profitable, but only when we keep consuming. So their common goal should ultimately be make sure they will consume forever. So what do you think? Are we just paying the price of modern life, or are we living inside a system deliberately designed to drain us, one cracked screen at a time? I want to hear your thoughts. Seriously, drop them in the comments. And if you're into questioning what's told and revealing what's hidden, give this video a like, subscribe, and I'll see you next Sunday. Much love.